Hello everyone and welcome to a little overview of what Windows 8 has in store for us all for the next year and the future of computing on PCs. So this is obviously the Metro UI start screen, and trust me, you get used to it after a while. It becomes really a real home. I mean, you have your desktop in here, everything, but there's no start bar anymore, start button anymore. There's just if you go to the corner there, you get a nice little Windows 8 style thing. Basically, corners in Windows 8 are really big. Like, it's just everything is a corner. That's mainly because it's geared towards a tablet or a laptop with a touch screen or a touch pad. So, diving right in, these are the Metro apps. You can tell them by if they have like a solid background or if they've got a nice sort of icon, or if they're not Metro apps, you can tell them by the name at the top, a little icon. So Spotify and Logitech Gaming Studio and all of these are separated. This one here is a Windows 8 app, so we'll chuck that in there. Actually, we'll chuck him in there. See that the nice little animations that they give you too. And if you wanted to show every app that's installed, right click and then click all apps. Now these are Metro apps on the side here, and everything else is grouped respectively. So we've got Camtasia Studio, CPU ID. It's pretty self-explanatory, really, and you get used to it, trust me. This is my third day of using Windows 8, and I'm really starting to get to love it. I haven't run into many problems, just a few issues when shutting down. I get an error message saying there's no disk in the drive. Yeah. So let's go ahead and go into a familiar application like Windows Explorer. Now it's been updated to obviously take advantage of tablet apps, and you'll notice a few things that are a bit different. Firstly, it's more of a ribbon interface, so you have like a home, share, view. So just having a look here, we'll go to computer and we'll go to data and games, and we'll go documents. The share tab is really quite something interesting, so let's go to a folder that isn't shared. Let's go in here. This is my SSD, it's not the boot drive. We can share, and instantly we can email a file or a zip a file, burn it to a disk, print it, fax it for some reason, or advanced sharing. Advanced sharing is just the standard usual thing. Share this folder. What do you want to name it? And we can go ahead and share that easily. Sorry guys, the phone rang. So back again in Windows Explorer, we'll go back to computer, and we've got our ribbon pinned at the top so you can quickly access it. We can pin it by double clicking it. And we've got this big huge thing here, so we can just hover over things and go to properties of it, rename it, access media, map and network drive, manage it, manage computer, sorry. We'll have a look at that. Pretty much stock standard stuff, excuse me. Virtual disk space. Again, we'll check the version. Okay. Computer management. What's that? Version 6.2. Everything's version 6.2, or, well, no, 3.0, sorry. So that's been updated. Not much difference at the moment. Still got task scheduler and the performance monitor and things like that. But easier way to format disks instead of having to right click it. I mean, that's easier in some way, but easier for in a tablet sense. We can just click manage. We can defrag it, clean up, format, or autoplay, or eject. We now have an eject instead of having to go eject like that. So I'll show you copying something interesting. So we'll go here. That's got 3 gig in it. We'll go back and copy it over here. So can we go share? Yeah, we can go share. We can just hit paste a shortcut, delete it, new folder. All of these stuff are pretty neat and new. They've done something right here. So we'll go paste, and this is the new copy window. Notice how it's showing me a graph, the percentage, copying 12 items, to here and here. I can pause it, the speed of it, where it's gotten higher or lower, name of the file that it's currently copying, time remaining, items remaining, or fewer details. Looks like that. Nice and clean, nice and simple. Love it. So what happens if I click stop and it just copies all of them? Interesting. Now sharing is burning the disk, faxing it for some reason, or we can go to advanced security, and then this is the new sharing. So we can add another user, so I could add advanced. Actually no, it was back there. So we could type share, and that would then share it to my share account. Overall, it's different, and it's intuitive. Some things are more intuitive, some things are sort of in different spots. So like we have a file option here, we can open a new window, we can open the command prompt from up here, delete history, help, or close. So let's go ahead and open the command prompt, because we all know that. And notice how I'm in drive D, and it automatically opens up to drive D. You love this if you're going to be doing like a check disk or dir for directory search, and that's all the folders there. Title it to C, and it automatically goes to there. Let's exit out of that. Or actually, let's go ahead and back to CMD. The version is 6.2. The build number, so I'm using 8400. So WinVer, and that shows me that. Also, I'm using the evaluation copy, and it expires at that date. So exit, and as a whole, this just looks like Word, and we can go up again, so that's been added again, or we have quick access to things like, let's go ahead and click on cleanup, and we can add that up to okay, so we have a click delete button here, so if I went to a folder, I can quickly hit delete. So let's go to here and click delete. Boom, deleted. Go to delete history. What happened there? I don't even know what happened there. Sorry guys. Some things still have a little bit of a kink. I mean, you can't expect a release preview to be fully perfect. Like I said, they've got that little issue with shutdown. Hopefully that gets sorted out. Of course, we've got Windows Snap here. We can snap error apps. I mean, Metro apps, I should say. So let's open up Evernote, and we'll go back down. Actually, go back down there, and then we'll move our mouse over. Notice how I get a little preview of Evernote. We'll put her over there. Now, if it was modified correctly, you could be able to swipe over and see little information there. Or I can move it over, and then I get a little information thing over here. With apps I can swap to, and things like that. It's just different in a good way. I love it. I don't know what it is about it, but I just love it. So take your time to get to know Windows 8 before you go out and buy it. But obviously we're starting to be seeing new versions of Asus laptops with touchscreen or better touch trackpads, and I'm sure Apple have a fit over that because Apple's suing everyone lately. We don't have the annoying highlighting things anymore. It's just a nice little subtle thing. Go ahead and open the recycle bin. We can go ahead and just manage. Empty the recycle bin, restore all the items. Just simple things like that. And the buttons look awesome. Yeah, as you can tell, I'm a bit of a nerd. Date and time's the same. But again, click start, boom. Or the start key on your keyboard. So everything else works. Skype works, VLC player works. Okay, just crashed. VLC works. It looks a little bit oldish but once it gets updated, it'll be looking fine and dandy. So that's that. Again, the system requirements are lower for Windows 8 than they are for Windows 7, which is it's sort of expected to be because it's meant to be running on tablets. So there's going to be a few versions of Windows 8. There's going to be the one that's made for Intel and AMD processors. There's going to be one for ARM processors, and there's going to be, I think there's going to be Ultimate and a Professional and an Enterprise build, but more when that gets released. So yeah, I'll have a link in the description to Windows 8, but again, the start bar alternative is there. You can just type like remote or remote, and you can search for files in your, where are we searching them from? I don't know where it's searching them from, but that's just the beauty of Windows 8. Some things are designed to be more simple, and some things are designed to be more confusing. But yeah, you'll get used to it, trust me. Also, the new progress bar looks kind of nice. Looks neat. You'll see it again in a second as I install VLC. And that's just all that goodness. So again, Chrome works, everything else works. Command prompt windows randomly showing up. TeamViewer also works, but as software gets updated, I'm sure it'll work more fluidly with Windows 8. So once again, thank you for watching. Please like and favorite this video, and don't forget to subscribe.